Mummy Grace was in the kitchen making breakfast. The smell of fried eggs and plantain filled the room. Daniel and Joy were running around, laughing and playing hide and seek. Daddy Michael came out of the bedroom wearing his blue suit. He looked smart and happy. "Daddy, catch me." Joy laughed as she ran past him. Michael dropped his briefcase and chased her, tickling her until she laughed so hard her eyes got watery. Grace smiled. "Michael, you'll be late for work if you keep playing." Michael laughed. "Even if I'm late, it's worth it." He kissed her on the forehead. Their home was full of love and laughter. Every morning, they prayed together before Daddy went to work. "Lord, thank you for today," Michael said. "Please keep my family safe and happy." "Amen," they all said together. When Michael drove off, Grace and the children waved at the gate. Everyone who saw them said, "What a happy family." At work, Michael was a kind and hard-working man. His friends Cunnell, Deji, and Collins liked him, but they also teased him a lot. "Michael, you don't like to hang out with us," Cunnell said. Michael smiled. "I'd rather go home to my family. That's where I'm happiest." His friends laughed. "You're too serious. You need to relax sometimes." At first, Michael didn't mind their jokes, but later he felt lonely when they went out without him. One Friday, Cunnell called. "Michael, come out with us. We're just going to a quiet lounge to relax." Michael thought for a while and said, "Okay, but only for a short time." The lounge was full of music and bright lights. People were laughing and having fun. That's when Michael met Rita. She was friendly and smiled a lot. "Hello, sir," she said. "You look nice tonight." Michael smiled politely. "Thank you." They talked for a little while. Michael thought it was just a normal chat, but later that night, he couldn't stop thinking about her smile and perfume. When he got home, it was very late. Grace was waiting for him. "You're home late," she said gently. "I kept your food warm," Michael said quickly. "I already ate and went to bed." Grace felt something was wrong. Maybe he's just tired, she thought, but she prayed quietly. "God, please help my husband." From that night, things started to change. Michael became quiet. He didn't laugh as much. He stopped praying with his family. Grace tried to talk to him, but he got angry easily. "Please, Grace, stop worrying about me. I need some peace." Grace sat beside her children's bed and cried. "God, what's happening to my husband? Please bring him back to us." Many days passed, and the Adams home didn't feel happy anymore. Daddy Michael didn't smile at breakfast. He didn't pray with his family. He came home late every night and didn't talk much. Mummy Grace watched him quietly. Her heart felt very sad. One evening, while she served dinner, she said softly, "Michael, you don't look happy. Please tell me what is wrong." Michael sighed and said loudly, "Grace, stop asking me so many questions. I said I'm fine." He stood up and walked away, leaving his food on the table. Grace looked down and whispered, "God, what is happening to my husband?" At work, Michael changed too. He stopped working hard. He laughed at silly jokes and stayed on his phone a lot. His friends, Cunnell, Deji, and Collins teased him. "Michael, you finally joined us," Cunnell said, laughing. Michael smiled weakly. Maybe a little. But what really changed him was Rita. She sent him sweet messages all the time. When she called him, "My love," Michael smiled and forgot everything else. Meanwhile, Grace stayed home, waiting for him to answer her calls. But he never did. One Saturday morning, Grace cooked his favorite food, jollof rice, and took it to his office. When she got there, the secretary said softly, "Madam, sir is not in the office today." Grace looked surprised. "But he told me he was working this weekend." The woman looked down. "He said he went for a site visit, Ma." Grace thanked her and left quietly, holding the food. She kept asking herself, where could he really be? Michael was not at work. He was with Rita. That morning, Rita smiled at him. "Good morning, my king," she said. "Good morning, my queen," he said back, still half asleep. "Will you buy me a new phone today?" she asked sweetly. "Of course," Michael said without thinking. "Anything for you." He sent her a lot of money that day. At home, Grace didn't know what to do. The house bills were not paid. The children's school fees were due. The warm, happy home now felt cold and sad. One night, she said gently, "Michael, we need to pay the children's school fees. Please, can you help?" Michael frowned. "Grace, stop talking about money." "I don't have any," Grace cried. "You never spoke to me like this before." He turned away. "Leave me alone." Grace sat on the bed and prayed, "God, please help us. This is not my husband anymore." Michael started shouting more and more. One night, Grace asked, "Where do you go every evening, Michael? Please tell me." Michael got angry. "Stop asking me questions." The children ran out, scared and crying. Grace hugged them tightly and whispered, "It's okay, my loves." That night, when Michael slept, Grace stayed awake praying again. "God, please bring back my husband. Please fix my family." At work, Michael was not doing well anymore. Rita kept calling him, asking for more and more things. "Michael, I need more money," she said one day. "I don't have any," he said sadly. "Then sell something," she said angrily. So he did. He sold his watch, his phone, and even took money from the family savings. One day, the children's school called Grace. "Madam, please pay the school fees, or the children cannot write their exams," the principal said. Grace felt her heart ache. "Please give me a few days," she said softly. That night, she begged Michael again. "Michael, please, we need to pay for the children's school." But Michael just said, "I don't have money," without even looking at her. Grace cried, "But you took all our money." "Why, Michael?" he shouted. "Stop talking to me like that." The children hid in their room, afraid. Later that night, Michael sent Rita a message. "Baby, I miss you. I can't sleep without you." Rita smiled when she read it. She looked at her mirror and whispered, "You will never leave me, Michael. Never." The Adams home was no longer happy. The house used to be full of laughter, but now it was very quiet. Mummy Grace moved around slowly, afraid to upset Daddy Michael. He hardly talked to her. When he did, his words made her sad. He didn't eat with them anymore and often came home very late. Grace didn't understand what was wrong with her husband. One Sunday morning, Grace dressed Daniel and Joy for church. "Daniel, hurry up. We'll be late," she said while fixing Joy's ribbon. She looked at Michael, who was sitting on the sofa with his phone. "Michael, please get ready. It's almost time for church." Michael didn't look up. "You people should go without me," he said. Grace was shocked. "Michael, you always go to church. Why not today?" "Grace, please," he said angrily. "I'm not in the mood." Joy held her mother's hand tightly. Grace said nothing more. At church, Grace couldn't stop crying. She prayed softly, "Lord, please fix my home. Don't let my family break." While Grace prayed, Michael was somewhere else with his friend Rita. He cooked noodles for her while she painted her nails. Rita smiled. "Wow, Michael, you're cooking for me. You're so sweet." Michael smiled back. "Anything for you." Rita liked being in charge. She told Michael what to do, and he always obeyed. At home, Grace started to notice new things. Michael now locked his phone. Sometimes he didn't sleep in their room. She told his sister, Something is wrong with Michael. He's not the same. His sister said, maybe he's just tired, Grace. Men change sometimes. Grace shook her head. This doesn't feel normal. Weeks passed. Michael stopped going to work and started buying new clothes. One night, Grace waited until midnight. When he came in, she said, Michael, where have you been? The children miss you. Michael frowned. Grace, stop shouting. I'm tired, she cried softly. Please, let's fix this. I still believe in us. He turned away. I don't care anymore. Later that week, when Grace called him, he didn't answer. He was with Rita again. Who's calling you? Rita asked. My wife, Michael said. Rita rolled her eyes. Don't pick up. Block her number. And Michael did. Grace tried to call again, but his phone said, this line is not reachable. Her heart sank. That same day, she saw a message from the bank. Michael had taken all the money from their account. When he came home, she asked, Michael, what did you do with our money? It was for rent and school fees, he said coldly. It's my money too. I used it. For what? Grace cried. I don't have to tell you, he said and walked out. 2 days later, the landlord came. Madam Grace, you owe 2 months' rent, he said. If you don't pay soon, I'll lock the house. Grace begged, please, give me more time. The man shook his head. Next week is the last chance. When he left, Grace sat on the floor and cried. God, please help me. My home is falling apart. That night, she knelt beside her bed and prayed. Lord, open Michael's eyes. Please bring him back to us. While Grace prayed at home, Michael was still with Rita. She sat on the sofa, smiling while he washed clothes. Michael, make sure that black dress is clean, she said. Yes, my love, he answered quietly. Rita smiled. Good boy. That night, Grace had a strange dream. She saw Michael standing alone in a dark room with chains on his hands. A scary laugh echoed in the air. Grace woke up, sweating and crying. Jesus, please save my husband, she prayed loudly. She fell on her knees and cried again. God, please free him from anything bad. Don't let my family break. Far away, Michael lay asleep beside Rita, completely lost and silent.